Turbo is on the moon. The question is now, will we move out of the solar system? Or is a correction around the corner? You'll see in this video, so without any further ado, let's go. Welcome back to another episode of Phil Prince, your one and only stop for crypto, finance and trading. Now that's a proper rally. Just 3 or 4 days ago, I made a video about Turbo already. The price was at $0.004. And at this very point in time, we are already up 2x from that price. Then from last week, we're up more than 6x. And from the very beginning of this short-term rally, just 24 days ago, we're up more than 14x. Now, before we go into the charts and also have a look at how high Turbo can ultimately go, let's once again have a look at on-chain data, similar to my last Turbo video. Now, we can obviously see that we have ongoing new wallets created. That means most likely new market participants that create wallets for their new Turbo token. We have extreme transaction activity, which of course is no surprise, with a high spike on May 28th. Now these spikes here oftentimes indicate local tops and local bottoms. Then again, we have the holders, the Plankton wallets, really small wallets, you could say. More specifically, these are wallets with a minimum token balance of 10,000 tokens, which at this very moment means around $90. And then on the other hand, the whale wallets, the really big wallets, in this case with a minimum token balance of 100 million tokens, meaning around $900,000 in value. You can see that Plankton wallets are increasing in number. So there are more and more Plankton wallets, small wallets that are being created, that are being funded. And for the whale wallets, there is basically nothing happening. This actually goes down a little. And of course, these are not too many wallets. At this very point in time, there are only 38 wallets with that kind of balance. In the hourly chart, we can see that more clearly. We have total holders of the Plankton wallets increasing in the thousands within just a couple of days. And then the whale wallets, actually we have a small spike here increasing, but it's just from 36 to 38 wallets. But this is also a good sign. This means these very big wallets are still holding. Now, what does this mean? This rally is still retail driven, but whales are holding. So they're not selling into retail, meaning they also have faith. Then what I want to show you as well, if we change the minimum token balance of the whale wallets from 100 million to 1 million, you can see that these individuals, meaning wallets with a dollar value of $9,000, are also buying like crazy. The only difference you can see, they are at this very moment, meaning since the beginning of May 27th, so at the time of recording nearly 2 days, they are basically flat. So this means they are not increasing their position, which in turn means they are waiting for a potential drop or a clear continuation. Then let's have a look at some statistics of the top 100 wallets. These are mainly owned by exchanges. There we can see in the daily activity, the weekly activity, and the monthly activity. There's mostly hodling, but as well, there is quite a balanced bit of selling and buying. Not only on the daily activity, also on the weekly activity, 20% versus 14%, and on the monthly activity, 25% versus 15%. So they're rebalancing all the time, and this as well shows us that retail really drives this rally. Now, let's hop into the charts. As you can see here, this here was the point in time where I released my last Turbo video. And I told you, as long as we don't have a candle close on the 4-hour chart below my Phil Prince reversal bands here, we will just keep pumping. And of course, if we see that dump, then we have to monitor this level for further candle closes below it. So we got the dump actually right after, but then bounced off it. So at this point in time, we knew the rally will go on. And I actually informed the members of my Telegram group about this scenario here in real time. So make sure to join right now if you don't want to miss out in the future. The link is down below. This will also get you access to one of my indicators and a 1-hour trading course for free at this very moment in time. So make sure to join now. Well, this is still the case. This may change for new members in the future. Now, as you can see here, we had 2 of these signals as well. From the first one, we've pumped up, had even a retest, and then continued up higher. For the second one, we've got a breakdown actually to the blue moving average, then tested it as resistance multiple times. Then at this very point here, we had our candle close above it, and then the super parabolic rally started. Then as I said, here bounce again. And right now, just a couple of hours ago, my indicator flashed another signal here. Of course, my Telegram members were notified in time. And as you can see here, at this very moment, we bounced up a little and now are retesting it as support. And this here will be the level to watch. If we can hold it, we will likely pump up further and continue the rally. But if we see a 4-hour candle close below this level, then the likelihood for a reversal, short term at least, is increasing significantly. For example, to the blue moving average. And if that happens, even if you go down here, accumulate here, then the next time we see a candle close above it, this will be likely the trigger for the next rally. Now, what's important to mention here is, and I've shown you that in my last video as well, is a pattern that Turbo has printed multiple times. So if we zoom out, you can see we had multiple crazy parabolas, and then eventually we've got a longer size correction, sideways movement, and then the next big pump. Here again, after the parabola, big correction, sideways movement, big pump right now. And both of these times, we've seen that at some point, of course, we've had a candle close below the Phil Prince reversal bands and then got a breakdown. Then, just as I've said, we went to the blue moving average. We've actually got a retest here, then went down, then we had a candle close above it again. But then this wasn't enough for a full-blown rally again, but rather this was a dead cat bounce. We just took the liquidity of this big wick here. And then the real correction started. And for the second big rally, this was actually exactly the same. This here was the point where we broke down, candle close below, retest, actually got a dead cat bounce right after, took the liquidity of the wick, went to the blue moving average, and then we actually accumulated here again, candle close above. This would have been a nice trade, but here once again only took more liquidity above the highs and then saw a proper sell-off. So at this point in time, the rally is even bigger, but at some point we will get this scenario, inevitably, because unfortunately it can't go up for the next years without any correction. So how might this turn out? Well, at some point, I don't know if it will be here, we could see a blow off top, go below it, retest, maybe go above it again, take the liquidity down, maybe on more time, then see the bigger sell-off. But the important thing is, this doesn't have to repeat. So maybe this time we see just a small correction, a breather, and then continue the rally. I just wanted to show you that this is basically not the price action that Turbo is used to, because every token has kind of a DNA. Now, apart from the short-term price action, where could the Turbo token go long-term, meaning within this bull cycle? And that would also mean if we see a bigger dump, this could be a buying opportunity for these bigger and higher long-term targets. But of course, only if the hype will continue. And at this point in time, I think Turbo stands a great chance to become one of the big names in the meme coin game. So we're talking about the likes of Doge, Pepe, Floki, Shiba, Bohm, and so on. And in order to anticipate where Turbo might go, I'd like to compare its market cap to the market cap of Bohm, Pepe, Doge, and the MAGA Trump token, which is also quite hyped at the moment. So as you can see, the Bohm token has around $1 billion of market cap and the Turbo token a little bit more than $600 million. So that would currently mean a 1.6x to go for Turbo. If we compare that with the Trump MAGA token, this is actually pretty much the same market cap. Compared to Pepe right now, this would be more than a 10x, and compared to Doge, this would be more than 37x. Now, as Bohm, Trump, and Pepe are pretty much at their all-time highs, this is actually the potential we could look at, but for Doge, we are far away from all-time highs. And that means if Turbo should be able to match the all-time high market cap of Doge, this would be 142x to go from current prices. And this would bring Turbo to $1.30. Is that likely? Well, I don't know. Because this would mean that Turbo is the most loved meme coin of all times. And in case you don't know, Doge is around since 2013. It's the OG meme coin. And actually it has still great potential. Don't miss out on Doge. I've made a video about this already. I will link it here. So let me pull up Pepe again. This would mean to Pepe's all-time high 11x from current prices. And I think this could be actually possible. This would bring Turbo to $0.1. So at this very point in time, I think This is my bull cycle price target for Turbo. But of course, we don't know. We could go even higher. And not to forget, I might be wrong, but I don't think we will 10x from now without a correction in between. And therefore, I will closely monitor it with my indicator. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please ask yourself why and do it now. You really don't want to miss any of the next videos. As always, this was not financial advice. This was Footprints for you. Until next time, crush your markets. Goodbye.